My video for August 17th, 2019 is video number 3180. The title is Truth and Reconciliation Commission. From Wikipedia, quote, "A Truth Commission or Truth and Reconciliation Commission is a commission tasked with discovering and revealing past wrongdoing by a government in the hope of resolving conflict left over from the past. Truth commissions are, under various names, occasionally set up by states emerging from periods of internal unrest, civil war, or dictatorship." End quote. For me, knowing the truth is the first step to recovering from eons of control by liars in high places, perhaps even beyond this physical world. Yes, I do think matter itself came later. Did thought and emotion play a vital role in creating physicality? Yes, I'd like to get to the root of what I see as the human dilemma here in the alleged 21st century. Who really knows how much time had passed before anyone measured it, calling the increments by various names? The questions that come to mind for me seem unanswerable. What I'd like, if only I could create my highest ideals, is for all things to be reconciled. I'd like to experience harmony instead of cacophony, peace instead of war, and cooperation rather than competition. Yes, I'm still a dreamer, not looking for a commission, but harmonious and peaceful reconciliation. Let's cooperate. It's interesting, as I sat down and was ready to record, the apartment here where I live was conducting a test of the fire alarm system and having loud voices come out over the speakers, which of course are in every room. And it went on, and I heard it going to the various floors below me. And finally, I think it has completed. I hope that's the case, and I'm not going to get interrupted again. I didn't really, actually hadn't quite started, but I was just about ready to begin when they first started the thing. But anyway, I continue to wrestle with these ideas and thoughts that seem almost irreconcilable, yet we have to be able to come to a place where we learn to listen to each other. So often, as I keep on saying, when we hear things that are being put forth and it's totally out of our league, we have a tendency to shut down, especially if the people are not presenting in a way that's level-headed and reasonable. If it's attacking and calling names, it automatically is going to shut people off. And so what happens is the very things that are our triggers that turn us off are the things used against us, because we don't want to listen when somebody is attacking. We want to find a place where we feel more secure. And that is, I think, human nature as it has at least developed in the world that we live in, when everything seems so chaotic and seems so insane. Again, as I've said in so many videos, the most profitable business is war. Well, why? Why would war be profitable? Because the people that build the weapons provide those to both sides of nations and groups that want to fight each other. And of course, the idea of fighting each other is an ego thing of feeling superior to someone else. I am not superior to anyone else. I am not superior to God, but neither is God superior to me. Yet I am not omnipotent, omniscient, and omnipresent, which are attributes that I think belong to our Creator. Is that true? I mean, I have a friend that says it's best to be an atheist. Actually, I have more than one friend that has gone from being spiritually inclined, shall I say, to be becoming atheist. Well, I'm still more agnostic than I've ever been, but to be an atheist would mean if I said I'm an atheist, that means I don't have any more hope. There is nothing that's going to be able to fix the dilemma that we as humans are finding ourselves in now, and we have been in for as far back in our history as we can determine. There have always been liars that have profited from their lies and spreading of dissension among us. The ego is simply not just edging God out, but it's edging solutions out. We can't find solutions until we're ready to sit down and actually have conversations where the intent of the meeting, of the attempt to have a meeting of the minds, is to create and find a way that we can stop the insanity, that we can stop the war, that we can stop the profiting from dissension. We've got to get beyond this, folks. How is it that so many seem so incapable of seeing it? Am I insane because I am looking for a solution when what the leaders of the world seem to want is not solution, but more of the same that we've always had? We don't want to make the changes that are necessary in our thinking. Now, I way beyond the idea that any religion is the true religion, way beyond that, or any political ideology is the true ideology, or any true scientific explanation has the whole story in it. We have so much that we need to learn, and we can learn it much better if we cooperate instead of compete. The whole money system is an insanity where people are paid to oftentimes build better weapons and create more dissension, because dissension seems to be the means that the elite establishment maintains its control. And that doesn't make sense. It's insane, like I keep on saying. But yet that is the way the world operates. We are in warring camps, if not physical war with weapons that we call weapons, then it's with psychological and emotional and spiritual weapons that are being used to keep us from growing up and becoming conscious beings that are aware of a bigger picture and are willing to submit ourselves to learning. Saying, I don't know, is often the first step, because when we think we know, we shut out many things that we haven't even explored yet. And I know, I've been there myself. I'm not just throwing rocks at people that have a different point of view. No, I'm trying to get people, all of us, to open ourselves to the point where we can sit down and have a communication that seeks solutions to the actual problems. We need to cooperate, as I keep on saying. Can there be harmonious and peaceful reconciliation of this mess we call human life? Can that ever happen? Is idealism, insanity? Or can we actually come into a reality where we learn to work with each other and get beyond all of the things that have been used to separate and divide us into ideological camps that are incapable of communication because of holding on to some point of view that obviously is not sustainable if we think rationally. Anyway, folks, I'm rambling, as I do a lot, and I wish people would stay and listen to the whole ramble, but lots don't. Anyway, namaste.